Well, you think of those kind of foxes, American foxes that are these some bitches. You go hunt one of them, they might jump you. They're huge. I mean, I know what a fox is. I've seen them here in Florida. But
what do they say?
These suckers are like, I know these.
Aha, Clark, you're funny. Oh, let's see here.
That's why Shad chose a fox for his animal companion. Because they're pretty smart. They're smart and they're slick, and she has a real hard time shooting them when they come and try to mess with her chickens and stuff, because they know. She has to like bait them in with she has to literally bait them in, because if they know that she's waiting with a gun, they will not go near the place, and they just know it. For some reason, they know it. And she showed me pictures where the fox has gotten into their chicken coop and just like killed 30, 40 chickens and ducks and just shreds them. Like they've been through a wood chipper. It's terrible.
That's never good.
No, I mean that's property. That's damage. That's because she makes money off of that.
Emotional damage.
Oh no, that's like losing a cow. If somebody came and ate your cow, that would be a loss of money. That's an investment. Because she sells her sheep. She breeds them. She breeds the sheep that have 4 horns, by the way. Jacobs is what they're called. Jacobs. That's right.
Just so you know, we are streaming on the Facebook now, so don't give away any secrets if you can help it. We're a bit early tonight, everyone. We got some people that are Daryl's running late because he's picking up some overtime, and I don't think Brad's gonna make it because he said something came up, so he seems to be having issues. So we'll see how much longer I can. We'll see how much longer I can put up with that. So Jason, you were gonna move today, and then something didn't work out.
It's not happening yet. No, it's going to happen soon.
Are you staying in the same?
It's still chaotic. I don't want to talk about it.
Are you well? No, don't talk about that. Are you staying in the same general area?
Yeah, I'm moving closer to my job. I'm probably moving 2 miles.
That's always good.
And I will be working from home once I get moved to the new place. So it's not the kind of, my job will still only be 5 minutes away, but I don't have to worry about all the COVID crap that they do there.
Same occupation?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll have been there over 6 years coming up here in April.
I see.
Which is a long time for me. I get fed up and fuck off and lose my job, so.
Well, what a crinkle.
I'm either bored. This job I can't be bored on because I'm either on the job or I get to read a book or draw or whatever.
I see.
So if I can do that from home, that means I can do it in my underwear instead of.
And nobody
wants my underwear, watch TV, and listen to music and drink beer, and they won't know.
Nobody wants to see that.
I could walk.
Just be careful when you stand up for the camera.
We don't. Well, my job doesn't require that, and I can always block it. I'm no fool. Malfunction.
Oh, let's see. What else is going on? I'm a nerd from way back. I am actually enjoying the challenge of trying to change my, not necessarily lifestyle, but eating habits to combat the type 2 diabetes.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were trying to change your MySpace again.
I don't even know how to respond to that because MySpace that barely comes up. So, So I found we get produce not only from the main supplier, which is AWG, but from this group called Kaido out of Indianapolis. And they offer tofurkey meatless products. And so I tried the brats, and they're not terrible, which is important because a long time ago that shit used to be terrible. And then I just tried the Italian sausage version, and it's pretty fucking good. So I was shocked. I was expecting, and I was like, God damn, this is, I mean, it's not going to be as good as an actual fucking Sazitza. I understand that. But I'll fucking cop out on that. And the fact that I can get it directly from Kaido, and nobody in the area I live, no one wants that shit. They're a little economically depressed, if you will. So,
not to mention they're Missourians, and they don't want to eat them.
Yeah. So when I buy it, it's via special order, which means I can get it a lot cheaper than the regular suggested retail price. So it's a heck of a deal.
Speaking of, I think I'll go and heat me some food then.
You know what? I think I'm going to make myself a sandwich while we're waiting.
Of course, I'm going to not use that fake shit. I'm going straight for the pulled pork.
You're if you're healthy and you don't need to watch your stuff, then you're good. You got a good genetic hand was dealt to you, Clark. I, on the other hand,
I love cheese and processed meat, so I have no excuse.
Well, the cheese doesn't have any carbs usually, does it?
I would suggest do you like cheese?
Oh, who don't like cheese, man? What the fuck? This is America.
I was gonna say I'm a cheese freak, so I mean, not a lot of people are cheese freaks. They just like it. I would suggest, try out a bunch of different cheeses, man. Because I can recommend several really good ones. Get some dragon cheese from England. It's got peppercorns in it and I think a little bit of wine or something. I'm not sure, but oh my god, that stuff is so good. And there's an Irish brand. I get Irish cheddar cheese. It's really what is that damn brand called?
Camembert?
No, it's Kerrygold is what it is. Kerrygold. And they make really good butter too. It's just like Irish cheese and butter, and it's explosive.
I don't trust it. Sounds like a communist.
Ireland? Never trust an Irish communist. Damn. I'm sure there's plenty of them. I'm sure.
All right.
Pinko.
I'm going to make this right in front of the camera for the nobody that's watching. I'm going to make this sandwich so all of you, and then I'm going to have a smoke off of Gaspar's pipe. Oh.
Wrong end.
Hope I didn't wait too long on this tomato.
If it ain't green, it's okay. Or I should say black.
No, it's all right. Good. How about that?
Tomatoes are fairly hardy if you keep them fresh in a bag or something.
So today, class, we're going to make a sub sandwich.
Can you eat Doritos anymore? Or is that a no-no?
Yeah, that's pretty much gone away. But I wasn't huge into the Doritos of late. So the thing I'll miss is Domino's pizza. That's what I'll miss. So
Yeah,
now my kids, they're still so young, they can eat whatever and it doesn't matter.
Nonetheless, they should take note. I mean, both your kids are big. So you should take note of that. They could get them a lot earlier than you.
Now, I guess we're all old enough to remember when the only way to get Velveeta cheese was to go to somebody who was really poor and get the government cheese.
We used to get it, pick those bricks. Damn
Well,
right.
that was Velveeta. Velveeta started it as government cheese.
That made the best goddamn dip. You mix some like hot sauce with that. Oh my god.
Velveeta, the people that made government cheese realized people really like government cheese, and they named it Velveeta.
It was good.
All right.
Put it in the freezer. You can cut it like regular cheese.
Who cut the cheese? Oh,
You cut the flounder.
who sharded? That's so dumb. Okay, where was I? Okay.
Yeah, so if I get cranky or something, Clark, don't take it personal. It's not you. I've had a stressful couple of days. So my cranky might come out.
But like you said, the game probably will put you in a better mood, and I couldn't agree more. I mean,
That and I got a fresh batch of some goodies.
this is
So-
one. Yeah, this game is one of the few joys I have left. So don't take it from me.
This is one of my. I look forward to this and tell people about it, and they look at me like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Well, D&D isn't all that nerdy anymore.
No, it's huge. All the gaming is huge now. I know a bunch of gamers where I work, so I can talk to them about it. They just don't get it because I'm an old guy. Like, didn't I mention that? Was that on the Jim's page or the thing where I said that the people at work called me the ball rod because I was the demon of the ancient world?
That sounds familiar, but I don't think I was privy to that conversation.
Well, there was a couple of young guys at work that were talking about gaming and characters and what level, and we're just general gaming talk. They said, "You be a ball rod, man. You've been playing for deep in the earth."
You said, I'll take that.
Gandalf? They thought I was more ball rod than Gandalf.
I'll take that. All right, let's see if I can use this mandolin without slicing my hand like I did about a month ago. That's still got a divot in my thumb because I'm a fucking idiot.
I use a meat carving knife whenever I carve a people. Or I rend it with my teeth.
Let's go one more.
Oh boy, what a week.
There we go. Nice.
I've also determined that one thing in life is Parmesan cheese is good on just about everything.
I agree.
I heard taco the other day with Parmesan cheese on it. It was incredible.
Okay, that's it for that.
You can go with crinkle snap.
Clark, did you miss all the Chazon spoken around the table? Speaking of which, I guess congratulations are in order for you getting hitched, right? If that's what the kind of thing you're into.
Congratulations, Clark. If that's the kind of thing you're into. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, so long as both people are good at forgiving the other for
That was
being.
Seinfeld, man. That was Seinfeld. Come on.
What do you want, dog?
Oh, I hear a puss.
Oh, she thinks she's entitled to regular food now, so it's all bullshit.
Oh, if I was making a ham sandwich, I would have to be beating them away with a stick.
It's all bullshit.
Cats love ham. I'll tell you what, I've never seen a cat that didn't like ham. And my old cat loves milk. Don't give that cat milk, because the cat's 25 years old and drinks milk every day. I think it's going to be fine. I don't think it's harming the cat.
Okay, we want to do this.
My other cat eats potato chips, so there.
want to do this. I like the combination of Swiss cheese and provolone. To me, that's a good flavor.
I'm big on. Have you ever had Jarlsberg?
No, I think I got my shots for that when I was little.
No, that's like, it's Swiss cheese, but it's Norwegian and it's really good. It's really rich. It's more flavorful than Swiss cheese. It's more buttery, I would say, almost.
Sounds delicious.
It is. It's really good. Then again, I'm a cheese experimenter. The only cheese I don't like is blue. I can't really eat that unless I'm putting wings in it or something. It has to be a secondary thing, not a main course. But I'll eat an entire block of cheese in like one night.
I would like to watch a time lapse of you eating a block of cheese. Just you sitting there going. And then I
slice it down. I cut the edges all down. I don't just stay on one line. If you want to be psychological about it, once I get it to a certain length, then I start shortening it until it becomes a little block. Oh yeah, I do that kind of stuff.
I would like to comment on it as you're fast motion eating the block of cheese.
I'll set that up at some point. I think that would be fun.
I'd be, look at this
I
roast.
know exactly what kind of cheese I'm going to eat.
Fuck is this
Cherry
shit?
Gold Irish cheddar. That's what I mean.
Hey, you want to hear a secret, which isn't really a secret? I've been shopping at Aldi's lately because they're like the cheapest store around. And I'm a skinflint, so there you go.
Been shopping? You don't remember that one.
Oh, some have been shopping? No?
No. Good morning, Mrs. Typewriter. Been shopping? No, been shopping.
Yes, I do remember that. All right, Aldi's. How do you open your fucking Lunchmate special jam?
Yeah, Aldi's has good. They got that curry cheese at Aldi's. I know they do, because I've seen it there and bought it there. But I normally go to Publix. Publix is a really good store. Their name brand items are really good.
I know about
Their
Publix.
meat is really good.
Last time I was in Florida, I was like, oh, Publix, eh?
Well, their headquarters is down in Lakeland. I used to live down there.
Yeah,
They're very Christian, very
yes,
kind of weirdo.
Correct. That is correct. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I gotta say, their stores are clean. The people in them are friendly. It's one of the best shopping experiences you can probably have in Florida.
Hey, Lakeland, that's not where the fucking high school got shut up, is it?
Which one? You talking about the one that, no, you're thinking of something else.
Okay.
But there have been shootings. Lakeland is a bad place. Lakeland has a lot of crime.
Get down,
Lakeland
Frank.
there are murders in Lakeland frequently, and it's not a big place. It's not a huge town or anything like that.
All right, I'm going to take a vote from you two. Should the cat get a slice of turkey? Yes or no? We'll start with
Yes.
Clark. I knew you would say yes, so...
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Clark, you fucker.
I don't have to smell it.
You were supposed to say no, because you knew fucking cat daddy over there was going to say yes, regardless. All right, here you fucking slippery bitch. There. Eat that. There you go. There you go. Have fun.
It's even healthy for the cat. Come on.
Is it?
Turkey's healthy, yeah?
It don't have fur on it.
That's my opinion, but...
No, that's it. That's the only one you get.
It's healthy, but it's probably not.
This is going to be
Eat
my
lots of
most...
salad, Top. That's always good for your diet. I would assume you can eat salad.
Yeah, no, I've been eating
Yeah.
salad, absolutely. With Italian dressing, that didn't seem to raise the blood sugar much at all.
Italian Caesar are my favorite.
No, get down. Scratch, be nimble.
And I always put all kinds of crap on it.
That's a weird cat name.
Scratch, be nimble?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not even its name. That's what's great about it. Guess what its name is? Uh-oh. Suspected spam. Decline. Eat shit. Thank you.
I know your cat's name, I think.
It's Oxboggin.
See, I want to call him Box Lolland.
Oh, that was the monk.
I don't. Yeah.
Good memory.
Is that a copyism?
No, that was an old D&D character. Okay, then we heat up the sandwich and then we put the jam on it and then we eat it. Shut up! Archie
He
Grunker.
wants a turkey.
See, I ruined it.
Yeah, spoiler.
Spoilers. Nothing for you. Once it gets out that I'm making food and there's a cat on, this video will go viral. Oh,
Could be.
apparently that's, although I admit I love watching those TikTok cat videos. I can't help it.
We gotta do the voice.
I'm
Feed your cat turkey.
I'm hooked. There's a comedian that he's got a bunch of cats and they're constantly meowing, and he has people make their voice like when they go yeah, but you don't hear it. There's somebody going yeah. It's hilarious. And then there's this one cat that doesn't want to be seen. He's Doug, and he always kind of sticks his head out and then leaves. And they're all like, Doug's doing it. Uh-oh, I hear another one coming up the steps, possibly.
He's like, he's got turkey up there. Go pop it.
Little one's like, where's my whatever?
You becoming a cat person? Or cat lady?
Me? No, I just have the one. That's an. Oh yeah, you gonna eat the lettuce? Really?
Well, I got a cat here that'll eat lettuce.
It's like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna eat that. Are you gonna eat that? Really? Really? No, you're not, are you? Because you're a cat.
Sometimes a cat will eat something that's spiky.
Remember that, yeah, you're a cat. Okay, I think we're almost. Oh shit, I'm almost out of banana peppers. That sucks. Good thing I work in a grocery store.
We'll stay.
So Clark, why'd you leave the foundry?
Well, I wasn't getting the hours I was before, and
Is that because of the pandemic? Did they cut them because of the pandemic, or were you like low
yeah,
on it?
during the pandemic, I wasn't getting half the hours, wasn't making half the money. I was making like $450 a week, but still paying the $250 in deduction.
Right
And I
on.
was driving all the way from Maryland Heights, so I just fucking got a job closer to here.
It's like the joke. I work, fill up my tank, to drive to work, so I can fill up my tank and drive.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. It's a fair piece of Beasley from Maryland Heights. You're driving a full-size truck.
I used to commute from Festus to downtown St. Louis. And that was a wild ride. That was back in the freaking 80s. Are they still working on 270?
Yeah, when do they not?
But I would remember that.
That's unfortunate, yes. All right.
But there's 3 layers of highway there. What the hell?
By the time they finally catch up with the expansion of the population, it's too small again. They have to start it over again. It just keeps, pretty soon, St. Louis is going to be taken over by 270.
My question, who's making money off this? Somebody's making money off of this hand over fist.
Absolutely. Whoever makes the biggest campaign contribution gets the contracts. We all know that. All righty. It is almost time to eat. Sorry, cat. No sandwich for you. How's that look, fellas? Does that look like something worth eating?
Yeah, it's in your lap right now.
No, it's at my feet.
That's not lettuce?
This is lettuce. Yeah, there's lettuce, tomato, red onion,
Okay.
banana peppers, and 2 kinds of cheeses, and then ham, turkey, and roast beef.
I can't do the onions. I can only do white onions. All the other kind of onions kill me. Peppers kill me. Now, banana peppers I can eat, but like green peppers and those, they destroy me. And I don't like the way they taste, and I hate it. But it's like I might as well eat nails. But I mean, I've had a couple good stuffed peppers, but boy, did I regret it. I've never had such painful indigestion. And that's probably one of the few food items I can't eat is pepper. I can eat just about everything else. If I eat too many strawberries, though, like my corners of my mouth get sore. I figure it's the potassium in them. I know, it's weird. But I'm not allergic to any food that I've ever noticed. I'm not allergic to any medication that I've noticed. People in my family live long and go crazy. So.
Is your dad still alive?
No. He died this big. He was 86 when he died, and he was born in 1916. So.
Wow.
Yeah. And my mom died in 2010, and she was born in he was 82, and she was born in 1926. So my parents are like your grandparents. Yeah, I think my dad's been dead since I want to say 2006, something like that. 2004, I'm not quite sure. I just have to do the math. It was right after my birthday. I remember that. Oh, now I want a tomato, damn it.
Can you walk to the grocery store from where you live?
I could, but it would. Yeah, I've done it before, as long as I'm not carrying a bunch of stuff. But there's like a 7-Eleven right up on the corner, racetrack, Big Lot. And then, of course, there's a Publix. The Publix is about a mile away. But I got to cross a lot of traffic to get to it. I don't like to do that.
Can you take a bus?
But yeah, I could go with that. Oh, it's a mile away. I'm not going to take the bus. I'm not going to pay $4 to drive down 2 blocks.
Do you have a car?
No.
I
I
didn't
haven't
think.
had one in a while.
I
Don't
mean,
need one.
yeah, if you're in an urban area, then
I can walk to my job, or I can take an Uber. And I have a friend who works there that works the same shift as me. He picks me up.
good
Pretty
deal.
simple.
Yeah.
I can walk to my job in half an hour. That's an easy walk. Except I walk late at night when I come home. And there's spooky stuff around there. But I mean, yeah, the Publix is the same. I can walk to Publix within at least half an hour, probably 20 minutes. And I got my earphones, so I'm blasting music the whole time. It's no big. I walk a lot, so I do get some degree of exercise in that. Because I'm not very physical. I wish I think about being back in Missouri, man, I'd be crawling on cliffs and like the stuff like we used to do. Oh my goodness, I just delivered food. God bless you. Oh my God. God bless.
Look
I
at
delivered
you.
mushrooms.
Look at you go.
Yeah, I was not expecting this at all. Oh, mushrooms. But there's something you eat a lot of too. I'm sure. Is that a bad thing? I would think not.
I haven't looked. I haven't checked yet.
Yeah. What you got? Oh my goodness. Is that General So? Well, I'll be damned. I've been foiled out of the blue. Okay. Of course you can eat fish while you left the room. What a big ass mushroom. Mmm.
So Clark, what was the longest running game you were with when you were playing with other groups?
And I don't know. We ran a pretty continuous.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
Like
Cast the characters from like
2 years?
14 to actually probably 12 to 17, 12 to 18. I think it's about 5 years.
What happened to those guys?
People. What's that?
What happened to those guys?
We discovered girls and moved
Oh.
out of the house. No, it's still around. It's just my buddy. He was from Sandy Creek Road. You know, the really crappy the meth land right there. All those trailer parks. As you hit the turn on the straightaway.
Okay. Very lemony.
He's from there.
Which one was it?
You know, they go down Sandy Creek Road, Sandy Church Road, off of Z. If you keep going, you turn, and you eventually just hit a row of trailer parks. It lasts a couple miles, and you go back to the houses again.
Well, I know where Z is, but that's about it. After that, I don't really know.
It's kind of like a little whore down there.
Yeah.
And now he lives in California in a 6-figure house. He works for Disney. He does computer. He basically did most of the. He was part of the crew that did most of the CGI stuff for Mandalorian and most of the Marvel movies.
What's his name?
Bruce Beatner.
Bruce Beatner. I'll have to check. I'll have to look on the credits and see if he's on there.
He done a lot of stuff. You know. It's all small and goes really fast by the time you get to those guys, though.
A little tiny print too.
Yeah.
It used to be movie credits were over in like 2 minutes. They didn't care about the little people. Then screw them. They got paid.
Big bold letters. This guy, Tom Cruise, blah blah blah, and.
Then look at those 30s movies. They don't even roll credits at the end. The end.
I'm gonna send Daryl a message and see where he's probably on his way home now.
Now Daryl's an electrician, isn't he?
He's a machinist.
Machinist.
A metal worker.
Sure is.
He made me some balls. This definitely reduced my grumpiness. Damn.
Isaiah, you want cheese pizza roll?
So what's the kind of the backstory of this? So Daryl Crump's character, his sister was kidnapped. How did everybody else fall into that?
Well, my character Guy the Knight and he met up at the monastery going to look for the people that included Vanessa and Shad who were at the fort. And Boris's reason for being there was to look for his sister. Guy's reason for being there was to fight whoever was there and to make a report back to his commander. So that's why they're together. And they're friends. Shad has been there from the beginning. Shad is the last character from the original group that started. So they don't. Shad and Guy do not know each other. And Shad and Guy really, Shad doesn't like him. So then Guy's an asshole anyway. So Shad's more inclined to get along with Boris. And your dwarf would probably think that Shad is flaky.
No, is that your knight or that? No, that's the
Shad is the druid.
Shadrach. Shadrach, okay. They said Chad. Is that all Chad is?
Yeah, not Chad. And then Guy is the knight. And Guy is just basically a pompous knight. But you've never seen him really be mean. He doesn't seem to be, like I said, if you know who Reggie is in the Archies, that's Guy. He's Reggie. He likes to fight, that's for sure. So if there's a fight, he's in it. He's not afraid to fight. Chad's not either, but you haven't seen that yet. Shadrach can be quite flamboyant in combat. His bit with the undead guy was, we don't hardly ever fight undead things, so that was, his spells for that were completely different from what you would normally see him cast.
Well, that's why I went straight to the sun spell, sun scorch spell.
And the only other weird spell you saw Shad cast was when he made himself strong. He does that frequently. Because there's not too many other strong people in the group. Plus, he can make himself really strong. So
I have the spell. I have enhanced strength or enhanced ability.
the one I have is oxen strength.
Oxen strength.
And it raises my strength by my level. And if it hits 18, then every point over 18 is 1/10. You know, like 1810, 1820.
I don't know if I have
Right
that.
now, I think yeah, it's a druid spell. Because there's some dwarven spells on my list, and I know that I can't cast them. They're nice ones, but I know I can't cast them. Now I can probably get away with a couple elven spells, because I'm a sylvan person. Yes, so I would know a lot more about that. Plus, I try to role play it out real good. That's what I like about Dungeons and Dragons more than anything is the role play. Now I love tabletop war games, but I kind of consider Dungeons and Dragons separate from that.
Yeah, that's more the tactics of things versus the substance of things.
I mean, I played D&D campaigns where it was warfare. You know, it's a bunch of fighters and stuff, and you can do that. But it's not the same as moving around Napoleon's army. And I like that a lot. I'm a big history buff. I used to do Civil War reenactment. Yeah, I had fucking Chinese food thrown at me out of nowhere.
All right. Well, Daryl said he was on his way, so I think if you guys don't have any out-of-game technical questions or explanations that you need, then we'll get her going here real quick.
Something I should tell you, Clark, you would probably notice, if you hadn't noticed already, Chad and Vanessa seem to be very close.
Yeah, seems like you're sharing attention, huh? That's
I've
the,
never seen him do anything affectionate, but Chad will talk to her before he'll talk to anybody else.
I'm just playing. Now, she's the big, she's the big, ogre, half ogre, right?
Chad doesn't see that. Chad's very deep. That's why he seems flaky. He's also had a lot of PTSD, so that's something you don't know about him. And he wouldn't share that openly. If you didn't know him already, he probably wouldn't share
Oh
that.
shit, I forgot something.
Vanessa might say something about it, but he would never. You know, so. I'm gonna step out the room for a second. Just holler, I'll be listening.
Hello. Can't hear you.
Well, there's Daryl.
Hey, everybody.
How are things going? Are you guys on the island? Did I miss the giant slaying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're dividing treasure now.
As old Smoothie used to say, we go to the creature, we kill it, we get the gold. What new? Oh. All right. So we've been making dinner and talking about cats. That's what you missed, Daryl. But this is episode 49 of the World of Skell-Ghosts.
A lot of episodes.
Yeah, and there's probably going to be more unless there's a...
We should get some kind of we should get something at 50. A hat, a little watch.
I should send 2 Guz. I don't remember 2. Oh well.
Make it like Black Friday. We get like ×2 experience points.
That would be cool. All right, so the group has decided to head south, and they were talking about how they were going to get to the island, and they decided they would go. From what I remember, they were going to go and try and find a way to either book passage or some other fashion. I think Bart was thinking about teleporting, but didn't.
No, because fabricating a boat.
Right on. So any kind of.
Yeah, he's going to fabricate a boat, but we need a crew. We're not a crew for a boat.
So you.
Can't know crap about the boat and can't swim.
You traveled for several days, and one of the times you were making camp, there appeared to be a corpse in the area that you thought about making a camp, and as you started to investigate the scene, the corpse stood up in a very unnatural manner and proceeded to move menacingly and threateningly, and there was a fight, and this thing was pretty tough, but the magic from Prince B and others, you were able to defeat a drowned one, is what the information that was gleaned. Someone had read in their past, it might have been Shadrach.
No, I didn't know it was the drowned one. When I say I was going to cast that spell that speak with drowned dead, I had no idea. I just thought it was some kind of a wife or something.
Or maybe it was Vanessa. Somebody made a roll that got them the information of having
It
heard
was
of
Shadrach.
such a
That could be,
thing.
but I'm saying, I as a person didn't guess that that's what it was.
Well, sometimes it's just the way it is. So, after having dispatched that and you decided to not necessarily make camp there, you moved on, found another spot, continued for another day or two. What is that I'm hearing in the background? Nothing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, it's still wrong.
I'll turn my mic on.
Didn't I get you a good fucking set of headphones?
Is it my pages turning?
No, it sounds like someone was talking in the background. That's like somebody's lady friend or something was back there going, hang, 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 hang. No. I don't hear anything from you, Jason. You're quiet. Okay, so when you saw a small humanoid under a fallen tree, and after much hesitation and cynicism and suspicion, it was determined that this person apparently was truly in need of help. See, I can hear that. Something's...
Maybe, I don't know where it'd be coming from. Maybe it's just quiet in my house.
All right,
Let's see.
I'll keep going.
Where's Isaiah?
He's downstairs eating his pizza roll, so he's...
It might be an echo you're getting from one of your mics. I don't know.
Okay, so so after rescuing this little red-haired common looking
I guess it might be mine.
halfling, and his name was Davos, and he expressed his gratitude by inviting you back to his home and his wife and his 10 kids, and they made you guys a good home cooked meal, and then you guys went on your way, and that's where we stopped. So we shall pick up with you guys continuing to travel south, and I would like we'll just start at the bottom. Daryl, roll me a d12.
5.
All right. So that it completes the 4th day of travel. So, is there anything that anyone is doing special that I need to be aware of before turning into bed that night? Either Vanessa or Crump has their hand raised.
I'll just tell you for both of them, for the entire journey, Boris will be working to create more arrows for himself, and Vanessa will be gathering medical supplies and spell components that she sees along the way.
Absolutely.
That's how they spend all their extra time during the trip.
Hey, Sabrina's watching. Hi, Sabrina. Daryl, did you ever play with Sabrina? Remember her?
I remember Chris's sister playing.
That was Victoria. Or Tori.
I don't guess. Maybe I did. That was the other girl.
Younger, blonde-headed gal. Worked with me at the chopper.
I don't guess I played
Okay.
when she played at all.
Well, hi, Sabrina. I'm going to hit the wave button here. I waved. Hi.
I'm
Okay.
getting a static now. I don't
Yeah.
know. Is anybody else hearing it?
Definitely. It's coming.
All right, no, this won't work either.
Oh, okay. Clark was trying something.
Okay.
No, I was trying headphones to kill the echo, but then it gets static instead. So you have to deal with echoes.
Sometimes it's the lesser of two evils.
Jason, you're still on mute, just so you're aware. Okay. So, any other... Jason has his hand up. Nope, still muted.
Can you hear me now?
How about now?
Now we can, yay!
Oh, okay. All right. I had two different mutes on. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, Shad was going to do the same. He will collect whatever kind of components he needs to collect. If he sees any wildlife, he might talk to it, because he can talk to a variety of critters.
Sure.
And if he sees any, if I see any, let me make sure I should probably have an extra language by now, but it doesn't really matter. Badgers, bats, crows, squirrels, or wolves. I would say at least by now I should have fox. Does that sound okay? 'Cause I should have one per level. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I have 5, so I should have 2 more. So I would take fox for one and owl for the second one. If permissible.
All right, I'll check into that.
But yeah, I will, if any animals, I can talk to any animals, I'll ask them if they've seen any large groups of people besides us. That's really all or anything bad that they say is, something really bad.
All right. And anything that your character does, Clark, anything that Pikel does that I need to be aware of other than the normal things?
I can't think of anything out of the ordinary. He'd do walking.
Okay. All right, so we got Shadrach and his fox friend. We have Pikel and his 2 mules and his cart, and Prince B, and there are, every day Prince B will create a mount for Guy.
Oh, right on.
And does Guy allow Paco to ride with him, or does he make Paco walk the whole way?
Paco does not ride with me. If we'll have to get Paco a donkey or something at some point, but no, he does not ride with me.
Well, I mean, a lot of
He can
people,
walk.
will just walk regardless, so it's not that big a deal. The problem is when you need to get somewhere
That's what I'm
fast.
saying.
So,
If necessary, when something like that comes up, we'll let the situation dictate.
okay. So, the next day dawns, and unless you do anything other than your usual routine of prayers, maintenance, and packing up your things, you head out. So I would like Pikel to roll a d12, please.
6.
A 6. Well, as luck would have it,
6 is a new one.
no. There is a group of humanoids that are not attempting to surprise you. They appear and block the road / trail. There appears to be a smorgasbord of humanoid species, a gnoll, an orc, a very furry, walking on 2 legs looking bear creature, 2 human males, both of them of average height and weight, 3 or 4 goblins, and they're all dressed in, I would say, definitely not regal or noble clothing, more your worn, lived in, probably not the greatest. None of them are wearing armor, but they're all armed with short swords. One of them's got a flail. And you see them at about 60 feet in front of you as you kind of come through the trees.
That's really close.
60 feet is 12 squares, so
Boris will hold his spear in a threatening fashion and shout out, "What's going on here?"
Guy will goad the horse into rearing up, and doing its feet in the air. Say, "Make way. We have the Republic's business."
and you all know my feelings about if you can't make it to the game. I don't enjoy playing your character. So the idea that Bart wouldn't be here is not a stretch at all. So at some point,
Yeah, Bart comes and goes.
he
It's like Gandalf, huh?
he is.
Yeah.
Goes up the last minute, takes all the fucking credit.
So let
Yeah, he's got
me.
his own business, and we're just living it. So.
Okay, so we'll move this up a little bit here because okay. For some reason, none of these individuals seems to have bows and arrows.
Are there any banners?
No. These appear to be unorganized ragtag group of probably
Highwayman.
unscrupulous actors, if you will. Lead out front is
He's
the
not afraid.
out front is a bigger guy here, and I can switch that out so you can see the map a little better,
Please do.
because that would be helpful, I'm sure. So let's go over to here.
All right, can I preemptively cast a spell to attempt to dissuade them? I think it's on my list. So would I have fairy fire?
I think Fairy Fire, I think, is a mage spell, but you'll have to look on your sheet, man.
It's on my sheet. That's what I asked.
All right.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Chad can cast Fairy Fire. In fact, I did. I cast it on Reginald when he did his first performance.
That's right.
Yep, there it is. First level.
We will get to what you can do after I set up the thing here, because
All right.
I see. We want to go this way, don't we?
You know, I'll even make
He
my
will say to
my
Boris.
insult medievally proper.
Some sport at last, Boris.
One day I'll can afford to replace my phone, which got smashed at Six Flags by some asshole. I put my phone in one of those tubs to hold your shit so it doesn't fly out of your pocket things. Come back off the ride, someone fucking do something on my phone, smashed up the back of it.
Man.
So now you can't charge it on a pad charger. The speakers are kind of fucked up, as you can tell. And
I'll
Always
be
something.
honest, whenever I've done that, I stuff it down the front of my pants. So if it comes out of the front of my pants, then I
Ain't
don't have
not
no
doing
business
it.
on that ride. I don't like the kind of things that throw stuff out of my
that
pocket.
space is occupied.
Gee, they might not be violent.
I don't like the look of them at all.
I know hired women when I see them.
They're all armed, Boris. They're not
So are
soldiers.
we.
Yeah, we have
Polite
business.
people block the road for that reason, for any other reason.
We have the Republic's business. We're on a mission. It looks like they're blocking the road. We're not blocking the road.
If
I'm
you can
ready.
stand and look mean. Who's the,
I'm up on my horse. I'm on horseback, all reared up, got my sword in hand. Going, get out of the way, you creep.
Who's in charge of the half ogre? The half ogre?
You mean the
Yeah.
priest, Vanessa?
Yeah, Vanessa.
That's my character.
Okay. I tell her, you stand up and look mean in a minute.
Shad gives you a dirty look. What's that supposed to mean?
You'll see.
There's someone ahead, says Vanessa.
You're gonna make these boys rethink their course of action.
Do you even know who they are? Oh no, those fools in front. Oh, they'll get us into a fight for sure.
It's always conflict with them, but that's what they're good at.
Yeah. Well, let's hope they leave somebody we can talk to.
They might have a squirrel.
Again, Chad looks at you like, what do you mean? He's never seen a dwarf before. He thinks that you should be underground with a pick. That's the legends he's heard. It's strange to see a dwarf walking around on land. But then again, Chad's led a kind of sheltered life. So,
Piper, you seem to harness the dwarven god's favor.
He does me a favor or two now and then.
When I first met you, I didn't recognize your tabard as a cleric.
Well, we don't. My kind of priest don't get above the out of the mountains very often.
You're the first dwarf I've met.
I seek out new
Can't see
resources.
what?
Go ahead.
No, you're a priest. I should have noticed. But then, we're all very different. Which seems to favor your blend, Vanessa.
Indeed, his mana can only be a boon to our cause. Makes him a more powerful ally.
Maybe you've heard stories of Pykel Hammerhand.
I have not, but I have heard stories of the dwarven gods and the heroes they favor and the power that they can wield by changing stone to liquid and vice versa. Some of
Of course, the dwarf never gets any credit.
some of the dwarven gods are within my realm of knowledge. Of course, the blend accepts elven, dwarven, goblin, ogre, all sorts of people.
Shad says,
Gnomish.
are all dwarves rich? We
All
heard you
dwarves
said on
strive.
piles of coins and gems.
All dwarves strive to be successful.
Yes, successful. I like that.
I forgot my map that I was going to use.
Math
Map.
or
Yeah.
map? Map.
My map.
Map?
I just remembered
Uh-oh.
it.
Our
I'm
demons
channeling.
are mad. We're in trouble.
I'm
If math is
channeling.
involved, we're in trouble.
I'm channeling Boris Trump.
A map is always helpful.
Because that's what I do.
It's usually a bad sign.
I don't know if I'm here or not, but I know what back of it is.
Okay. So, here is the deal. And I will rearrange because I remember specifically why I wanted this map.
It's got a good bend in the road.
The
Because
fork in the road.
Get down! Shut up!
the sloop.
He was always selling us to get down and shut up. He was looking for things. It's a
Charlie
character.
there.
Yeah, that's right. So I was looking for Charlie.
I always look at this guy named Charlie.
The three goblins are hanging out over there. The two gnolls are over here.
Do I know them?
But
That was fucking terrible. The orc is there. The fuzzy walking upright bear guy is right there.
Fuzzy Lumpkin.
And as you guys come around, you can kind of see them.
Now I can't see crap. The white thing I can see everything on. Now I can't see anything.
What do you mean?
I can't see where any of the characters are. It's
Well,
just a block.
I'm putting them out there now.
Oh, okay. I thought the center thing was a bunch of the characters.
So what you guys did is you
That-
rode up this way and then you came around. Because when you come around, you're like, oh, there's a bridge up there. And you're like, well, oh.
Oh boy, a bridge.
So,
Oh, there's the rest of the time we got across the bridge.
I didn't know it was a
Trouble.
bridge. I just thought it was a road. Now they're blocking the bridge.
and
This is definitely a
Vanessa.
job for me.
Okay, so we got Guy, Boris. We will put this as Paco.
He'd be following me if anything else. He wouldn't be next to me. He'd
Right.
be following me.
And then Pykel and his thing. And then Vanessa and Shadrach are in the back. And at the current moment, it's like one abreast, one wide, because that's the part that's clear. And then you're like, oh, and you see that. So, there is no, as I said, there's no chance of surprise. So, what I need to do is get rid of that. And then, do you need me to change any, zoom in or go back from this map, or is that okay?
Just a slight zoom in would help me a lot.
All right, let's see what I can do.
Not a major one, but just because I can see the characters now.
Camera 2.
There you go.
Okay. So.
Thank you.
I guess I'm the very shortest and third in line.
Nothing has happened yet. So until I call for actions, you can pretty much do whatever you want to do. Do you stop when you see these ruffians up here at the bridge?
Yeah,
I rear up the horse.
That would be my first question. Okay, so
yeah,
as you stop, they will kind of move out to here and kind of take up a position of ownership, if you will. And you can sort of see sometimes those goblins in these trees here, but they're like, they have cover, so you don't always see them. They're not exposed. These guys are definitely exposed, except for some of you can't see through the forest here. So, tell me what you guys do.
Boris says, Gee, what's going on here?
He says, get your arrows ready.
What the hell? Oh, that's Daryl. Okay.
I'm
When
gonna
Paco's
shut out.
nearby, I'll say, Paco, my lance.
I guess I'll shut out. You boys had better get out of the way, or you open up a bucket of sheep dung you do not want to get into.
The Paco gives you your lance, Guy, and after Pikel raises his voice and makes his proclamation, the sound of the water trickling next to you on your right side. Uh-oh. I knocked him over. Is the only thing you hear before a cacophony of laughter from these unknown assailants. And they do not seem to either understand their plight, or they don't care, or perhaps they think you're full of shit. The lead, after a while, the laughing dies down. And then the orc steps one step further and looks at Guy. And he looks at his weapons. That the orc is looking at his own weapons. And then looks up at Guy. And he says, "This is our bridge, and to get across, you must pay a toll."
I'll lower my lance so that it's pointing at him now. It was raised. I'll lower it now. Say, clear the road. I'm on the Republic's business. I am Sir Guy de Lans, and I don't have time for your nonsense. I'll kill every one of you.
Make me a charisma check, please.
Look, what's my charisma? Oh, I got good charisma. I rolled a total of 28.
28, okay. The orc, this definitely not a human. It's animalistic, and its skin it reminds you of something you've seen on a farm that perhaps squeals, and they harvest every year, and in the springtime they make new ones. And there's something about the skin of this that reminds you of that creature. And he says,
Huh?
I don't give a shit who you are, on whose business. This is our bridge, and if you think you can cross it, then please try to.
Well, I'm Michael Hammerhand, and I slay demons 60 times tougher than you.
Michael, make me a charisma check, please.
All right, I just tried my name recognition since everybody else takes credit. 17 plus 9 is
26. All right, that's a
26.
success. And he says, well, Michael Hammerhand, dwarves have to pay too. If you don't want to pay, then you can't cross. And by the looks of you lot, by some of you anyway, some of you can afford to pay and avoid needless bloodshed. You, Guy Delance of the Republic, obviously someone thinks you're worth it. Are you trying to tell me you would put your company at risk of damage and possible death instead of paying 1 golden coin each to pass and be safely guarded through the next portion of this trail?
My friends can pay if they want. I don't speak for any of them. I'm here to protect them from scum like you.
Oh,
Clear the way.
personal insults, is it?
Is it worth the time and bother with these lot?
Who are you at? Are you
As
just...
much as I was talking to him, as much
Okay.
as I like killing things, do we want to spend this much time to do it?
Sister Vanessa says that I always would prefer to avoid bloodshed. Perhaps I can calm them down.
I'll join you, Vanessa. Chad will follow you, not go in front of you.
And she will move forward toward the bridge and try to use her priestly ability of soothing word, I think it's called.
How close would she like to get?
To the other side of the bridge.
Wow!
I see a person standing at the near side of the bridge, is that right?
This guy here, this is the orc. He's the one that's doing the talking. Oh, right
Okay,
now.
I will move just up in front of Guy and Boris.
Guy,
I didn't
what are you doing?
I didn't see him when I first said I wanted to go to that end of the bridge. I didn't see that.
Well, you can redo it. I don't care. What you just tell me what you want to do now that you know. It's fine.
You can
I'm there.
see that his lance pointing.
Yeah, I'm there in front of Guy.
Okay.
And I say, people, please, let's keep things friendly. There's no need for violence. We're on a mission with the church. We don't charge for our services, and I don't carry money. So I'm trying to invoke the soothing word. I think that's the right one. I hope it has that effect, because I don't have the info for it.
I bet you have empathy as well.
It's one of the designing faiths part of the blend.
Right. I'm gonna look that spell up, and I might just cast it. So,
this is not a spell I'm casting. It's a priestly ability.
No, I'm gonna try to do it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on here.
I think that's used to calm a group of people or an individual.
It is.
There's no need for violence, friends. We're all trying to get through the day together without harming anyone or falling to harm ourselves. The blend recognizes that we all have a right to travel these roads. Have you heard of the power of the blend? All are accepted, even wayward souls. You look like a fine lot of diversified beliefs that would fit right into the blend.
Okay, there we go. Just want to get you a good answer.
Perhaps one of you is in need of healing, and I could exchange my services for our passage. It would always be nice to have more guards on the trail.
Shadow is prevention food. We can feed.
And if anyone is hungry, we could help you with that. There's no need to resort to violence, gentlemen. The blend is about peace and coexistence. She's just trying to de-escalate the situation.
Yeah.
Okay. With this power, the priest can remove the effects of the fear spell or can sway the attitude of a hostile crowd or mob. The priest can use this power 3 times per day. A single use can either dispel one application of the fear spell on one victim, or eliminate one warrior's berserker rage, or momentarily calm down a number of characters or monsters equal to 2 times the priest's experience level in hit dice. Therefore, an 8th level priest could momentarily calm 16 hit dice of angry mob. This power is primarily useful for getting the attention of an angry group of people and allowing the priest to address them. The combination of the soothing word, the respect that many cultures have for their priests, and the speaking abilities of many priests can often diffuse an angry mob. As described above, this power is most appropriate to priests of blah blah. If the DM limits this power still further, it becomes appropriate to other. Okay. Okay. So.
Thank you for reading that.
So, even though you just said what you did, I already forgot because I started looking for it. Would you do me a favor and please repeat your role playing of this?
Gentlemen, there's no need for violence. We're all just trying to get through this world together and make it through the day without harming others or coming to harm ourselves. The blend is accepting of all races. You look like a fine lot of diversified individuals with multiple beliefs, but yet you get along, just like the blend. All are accepted. If any of you are in need of healing, I'm a capable healer. Perhaps I could exchange my services for our passage. And if you wanted to work as guards, we could probably feed you as well. Can't we come to some arrangement, gentlemen?
Okay. So, I can't find anything about this, there needing to be any kind of saving throw. So, the DM should have at least 1 granted power. This gives the DM can add several. Additionally, the druid granted powers, as with all priest special abilities, should be chosen from the priest. It's not inappropriate to give water breathing, but it is quite inappropriate. So
If any of them are injured or hungry, they might be intrigued by my words. Or looking, maybe they've heard of the blend, and to see an actual priest of the blend stepping forward in her in her humble robes and regal banner.
I totally agree. And so immediately you can sense the powers of your soothing word taking effect on the group that you can see. Their stances soften slightly. They seem less aggressive, less adversarial, as if they were questioning a worker at Home Depot.
I get it.
That's for Daryl.
As soon as you said it, I knew where we were going.
And so your soothing word does have an effect. But I'm going to say that I would like you to make a charisma check just to see if it's super deluxe or bare bones.
I hope I can roll well because my charisma's pretty poor. Unnatural 20.
Okay. Okay. So, the orc and the Shadrach has his hand up.
And was Guy was asking, does he notice these people seem to like mellow out a little bit? Does he notice this? Does he see her actually making a difference?
Make me a perception check and let's see. That's intelligence plus your D30.
Oh, well, that's not bad. 27.
All right. I'm giving a bonus because that's what you're focused on. So with the +4 circumstance, that takes it to exactly what you needed at 31. And you do notice that their attitude seems to be softening.
I'll raise my lance. Back
Yeah. Vanessa will turn and say, lower your weapons. And then she's going to...
I raise my lance, but it's pointing up. It's not...
yeah, I get it.
Okay. So we got...
You said the big guy in front, he seemed to be easing up. I'm going to walk forward. How are you, friend? My name is Vanessa. And I'll reach my hand out.
Hold on, I just need to check something real quick.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Okay. So... Okay, I would like Daryl to roll.
I think I can do that.
A D10.
Aww.
That is a 6.
Okay. So, from you hear a kind of like a high-pitched voice coming from the trees in this general vicinity, and you hear hey, don't fall for it. It's a trap. And the orc up in the front doesn't seem to pay any attention, and as you walk forward, he kind of puts his hand up and says, "Please don't come any closer. I don't wish to harm you or your friends, but we need this money to survive."
I I understand that you have needs, and I can help fulfill some of them, but I have no money. Are you injured?
I'm sure some of the lads have felt better, but none of us are severely injured. And now I would like Daryl to roll a D20.
15.
Okay. The human guy that's here, he's got dark hair and a dirty face, and looks like his nose is broken. It's like pushed over as if something hit him or he fell or whatever. And he says, "Well, my nose is fucked up." And the orc just kind of turns and looks at him, and then turns back to his sister Vanessa.
Is your friend's health worth passage of such a small group? I can fix his nose and any others that are injured. I just don't want to see violence today. I know you guys are tough, hardened warriors, but my friends can be very effective at what they do.
He looks past you at the others, and he says, that one there on the horse, the one that called me scum or whatever, he doesn't get to go past for free. The rest can. Oh, wait, no. The dwarf threatened us too. He has to pay.
I'm sorry, friend. And she bows to him. Blessed is the blend. May its light shine upon you. And she walks back to the group.
And the one with the nose is like, "But what about my
He says,
nose?
well,
You said you could fix my nose." It's like,
Come over. She'll wave to him. Come over if you wish to be healed by the blend.
he comes over and he goes right in front of the other guy. I know you had said you'd turn and started walking away, and that's when he yelled.
Yeah, just put me a couple feet away, then a square away is
Okay.
fine.
Okay, and as he approaches and you start to look at him, you can see that indeed his nose is, if you've ever seen a hockey player's nose, it's like that. It's pushed to one side. And there's like a slight sound that's coming as he breathes out of his mouth, and it's like, so, and he's looking at Sister Vanessa with a bit of trepidation, as if like you're going to get a shot. You're like, "Oh, hope this doesn't hurt."
Right.
If anyone else wants to do anything, you'll need to get my attention. Otherwise, you're basically watching and you're in the same positions that you're in now. So first of all, Shad or Guy?
Guy lowers his lance again to where it's pointing, but not at the guy with the broken nose, at the pig boy.
Okay, he looks back at you and he like snarls.
If I can, I want to back my horse up one movement. If I have to charge, I need all the space I can get.
That would be, well, if you start to back up, Paco will just move off to the side. And
Well, I won't move there, thanks.
and then that would put you back kind of up against Boris.
And my focus is on the leader, obviously.
Okay, so Vanessa does what?
She moves forward and puts her hand upon him and takes her holy symbol into her other hand And she begins to pray, "O heavenly Blend, let your mercy touch this poor fellow who's received a mighty wound. Let the favor of the elven goddess Sharindlar, flow through your cosmic omnipotent benevolence. Let the healing touch of mercy bind his wounds and ease his suffering." As you cast Merciful Touch.
Merciful Touch. What is that? Let's look it up.
Cures 1d12, and it also alleviates pain of conditions not otherwise removed by the curative aspect of the spell. It's a level 3.
I got it right here.
That's a good one.
I rolled an 8. It's not gonna, like, permanently move his nose back to where it should be, but it'll make him feel better for a while.
What was that spell that cured Reginald's throat and everything that everybody was...
Repair injury.
Yeah, repair injury, that's it, yeah.
Okay. So, because of your role playing, you may roll the d12 again to see if you can get a better roll.
I got an 8. So that 8 it is.
Okay. So, after you perform this miracle and the healing power flows from everywhere and everything and nothing, and it coalesces on your holy symbol and moves from one hand through your body to the other, and creature touched, and it doesn't necessarily say where you have to touch them, so you could touch this person wherever you want.
I put my big hand right on his face, over his nose where the pain is.
And the vision of this 8-foot tall half ogre sister nun with this giant Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hand basically completely covering this bandit's face like a face sucker from the Alien movies. And you see him go, and then you pull your hand away and he blinks his eyes a couple times, and then he's like, I feel better. I feel better. And then he kind of touches his nose a little bit, and he's like,
You look better. Bless you, my child.
And then
Thank you for accepting the blend.
you see him go, oh, thank you. And then that little and that noise comes out of his broken nose again, and he's like, thank you. And he kind of makes this confused look, and then kind of just turns around and looks at the orc, and the orc's like, you don't look any different. And the guy's like, he just kind of shrugs, and then the orc says, well, be that as it may, the two that decided they were going to not participate in our mercantile endeavor, they will have to pay. The rest may pass.
What do you say, fellas? And she moves back behind Guy and Boris.
Yeah, been all the time though.
Okay.
Chop him down.
And does Shadrach stay with Vanessa, or does he remain up front?
Shadrach turns into a crow and lands on her shoulder.
All right. I don't have a crow miniature that's small, but we'll just...
But just use Shadrach as the crow. Yeah.
Well, hello there.
That was a weird crow sound.
I'm probably pecking her hair a little bit.
And
Watch your pecker.
Nipsey Russell as Crow. Meh. Okay. There's our little crow.
I hope they saw that.
Look at that, the
That
crow.
should intimidate them a little
The
bit.
crow's right in the crook of her arm there. Okay, so that leaves Guy is still up front, and Orc's like, get back on the other side. I want to see what this guy does.
Who does? Oh, does he tell that to his? Does he tell that to Guy?
No, he says it to the guy with the
Okay.
smashed up nose.
What
Meanwhile,
are we gonna do, Lieutenant Gee?
I'll look back at the others and say, well, I guess if you want to go for free, go for free. But I'll pay him in kind. I want to see what our short friend thinks about this.
Yeah, 2 coins, small price to pay to waste all the time trying to kill him.
So you'll pay my way across then, short one?
Yeah.
You will? Fine then. All right, here, let me pay him myself. I'll hold out my hand and say, let me give him the coin personally. If you don't mind.
He ain't put getting the 2 coins. Alright, you start anything. You'll be the last one I heal.
Guy will lean down from the horse and take the coin. He's like, I'm not going to start anything.
Vanessa will follow the group as they move. She'll go back to her position in the rear.
okay, that's good. And then, Guy, you're right now. You guys are still at like this. Not even really a Mexican standoff. It's more like a plain old. Let's wait here for a second, I guess. So.
Guy will raise his lance to the pointing upward and move forward slowly.
Okay. And is Paco following?
Michael?
Yes.
Paco,
Yeah,
Paco, the squire.
Squire.
Paco, my squire.
Okay. So,
I assume Paco gets to go for free.
since Paco, I mean, I'll put his figure out if it ever becomes a thing, but we should always assume he's somewhere around you.
Yeah, hovering, yes.
Okay, so you come up there, and unless someone else says something, you're kind of by yourself, and the orc is there at the... Oh, yes?
Boris moves along with Gee.
Okay, do you want to be behind or beside?
Beside.
Okay, so with the horse,
I don't dispute that, yeah.
you're close to the forest, Boris, just because the horse or the mount is taking up quite a bit of the room there, but
That's fine.
you're
Just
still
there with
okay.
him.
Yeah, I'm just kind of trying to give a lay of the land here. Come on, fucker. Okay.
Got
So-
my spear in a peaceful position, pointed
Okay.
at the ground.
So, hearing no other people move forward at this time,
I said Vanessa follows the group.
Yeah, I'll kind of move forward
Yeah, well,
as well.
Shad
Okay.
and Vanessa are in the back there.
all right, so everyone kind of moves and keeps the line. The donkey kind of stops and goes on its own because I think horses kind of know when the one goes, they keep going too. That's the way I understand it. So, Guy is now kind of looking down, I'm guessing with a disdain look on his, maybe not, but the orc is sort of looking up.
I
'Cause
shut my visor.
okay.
Shut my visor and drop the coin. There you go.
You certainly
There's your
have
shitty little coin.
You certainly have the whatever the higher ground position, being on horseback, and you give the orc the coin, and you give him
I drop it on the ground.
right in front of the horse.
Clunk. No, right in front of him.
Oh, okay. So you kind of toss it, I guess, because
Yeah.
the way I have it is here. There's almost 2 squares in between. He's at the on the edge of the bridge, and you're still a square away from that
Well, yeah. Well,
bridge.
when I'm close enough to flicking the coin, I'll flick the coin.
Okay. And he cautiously picks up the coin, and I'm not going to make you roll to hit and have it accidentally roll a 1 and have it flip off into the creek. So I could, but I choose not to. And he then looks up and he says, "Thank you, my lord." And he does this exaggerated bow and moves back across the bridge and tells his guys, "Make way." He paid, and a toll paid is free passage without interference, and a warning for what lies ahead. And he stops and he waits for people to start coming across the bridge.
He will advance.
All right. So, as stated previously, everyone follows. And as you get to the edge of the bridge, and as you can see, you're kind of, they're flanking you, and theoretically, if they wanted to attack, they could get all kinds of stabs or whatever. But they don't seem that interested in fighting. It's almost like somebody calmed them down or something. And the people that are passing he looks up at Guy and everyone else as they pass, and he says, "Beware of the corn maze up ahead. There's a ill cob in there. And if you don't pay heed to my warning, it will crush you like the corn in the mill. You've been warned." And they kind of like all kind of just move backwards and head off into the woods. Except for the goblins, they seem to stay in this area over here. And as you're kind of going, you hear one of the goblins go, "So that's it? We only got 2 coins?" And you have successfully spoiled the dungeon master's itching for a fight and gotten through the encounter. So congratulations.
By God, I tried. Guy wanted to stomp them all into the dirt.
But
Sorry.
that's in my opinion, that's just as good as, that's a win. So however you win, you win.
XP,
Yeah.
one way or the other.
So. And you got to give Guy credit for standing down. He could have just charged right off the bat. I think you all expected me to do that.
I thought this was going to be a fight, but then we got all the way to Vanessa, and she's like, "Let's do this instead."
See, Vanessa impressed Guy as well. He was like, "Damn."
Okay, so
she ain't scared.
As Vanessa crosses the bridge, she hears from her left, "My nose is the same. She was gonna fix it. She didn't." And you hear one of the goblins are like, I told ya! And that encounter is over, and you continue on. As you travel, go ahead, Guy, Shad.
No, Shad is going to remain in crow form until something changes.
Okay.
Vanessa seems to like that. She's patting the bird, tickling your chin.
The crow actually has the almost the same height as Guy.
Really?
What?
Well, the mount's like what? maybe 6 feet
Oh,
tall.
I see what you're saying. I
And
see what you're
then
saying. Okay.
Gee's another 3 feet, and then 9 feet, and Vanessa's, if I remember right, but like 8 feet maybe, or
7.5.
okay,
is what
so
I've got written.
yeah, so the bird's like, all right, this is cool. All right, or maybe the bird's like,
I can always fly.
maybe the bird's like, fuck this, I hate this. I don't know what he's thinking. Okay, anyway, you travel on, and as the day progresses, you stop for a break, and everyone like does their business, and then just the things that you do as you travel. When
I'm still a crow.
coming back from taking a whiz, I would like all of you to make perception checks, please. And I will ask for the totals. And we will start with Shadrach. This is a 30 plus your intelligence.
Okay.
Should D30?
Ah! Okay.
Clark don't have a D30, so I'll have to roll for him.
I rolled 38.
All right. And how about Vanessa?
She also rolled a 38.
Holy shit. How about Guy?
12.
You didn't roll a natural 1, did you?
No, his intelligence is 10 and I rolled a 2.
Okay. And Forrest Crump?
21.
21, okay. And for Pikel, you rolled a 3 plus your intelligence. Your intelligence is not 28, so that is not a success. So, it comes down to Shadrach and Vanessa. So, Shadrach, you are a crow, and Vanessa, I'm going to take the liberty of narrating this. You can tell me if this is totally wrong or not. But you feel nature calling at this time, and you're like, Shadrach, Crow, would you please fly away and give me some privacy? So,
I'll go back and land on Guy's head.
all right.
Ah!
So,
Damn it!
as you take off and start to fly away, and you kind of fly up in the air, you notice about 500 feet ahead down the trail is a huge corn maze. It's like these, maybe it's a farm or naturally growing corn or whatever, and the trail winds through it like every which way and that, but there comes a point when the trails kind of like, they don't just stop, but it's like the corn itself kind of if it was like a ocean wave of corn, the corn moves to cover the paths as if this corn maze knew it was being watched from above and tried to hide the way through.
So it noticed me looking?
I don't know if it noticed you looking. All I can do is describe what you saw.
Wow. Okay.
And
well,
the fact that I can confirm that would be unnatural. So, when you fly back and land on Guy's head, or having this new information, do you do something different?
I will fly back and turn into myself.
Okay. And currently, right now, Guy is like, he's just finished his business and he's getting a drink out of his water skin. And suddenly Shadrach lands and summons the energy of the earth and
God damn it.
changes back into Shadrach. And if you were missing any hit points, you would get 10 to 60% of what you were missing. So I don't know what your current hit points.
He's fine.
Okay.
Guy will throw his canteen in the air and be like, God damn it.
And Paco's, of course, right there, ready to hand Guy a towel, and it's like, oh.
God. Green Man, why? And Shad will wait for Vanessa to return, but he will say, I've seen the corn maze. It's not far.
And
It looks dangerous.
Pykel, you're there, and you heard that. So did Boris. And I think that's everybody.
I don't know what a maze is.
It's
like a labyrinth.
It's a place you can easily get lost in. It's made to get lost in.
Okay.
If you're not smart, you get lost in it easily. Even smart people can get lost in a maze.
I better stay close.
First of all, I believe this maze is magical, and that it has
Oh,
no. Yes, I'm afraid so. That's the keys to saying like, oh God, magical corn maze.
Yeah.
Chad says, but don't fear. I have the ability to speak with plants and manipulate them in other ways.
Well, what did you say about the cob in it?
An evil cob.
A rotten cob.
Oh,
So-
everybody look out for the cornhole, man.
That's right. Yeah.
You guys.
You are not
Popcorn. But Shad says we shouldn't just approach it. We have to be careful. We can't just walk into it. I don't think that's a good idea. I think I should at least try to communicate with it and see if that's possible. Then we might have an advantage of some kind.
I think this corn answers to a different cob now. Be careful.
Well, I have a way with plants, so I think it's at least worth a shot.
Okay. So, do you guys continue on in the same formation?
Sure.
Shad says I better go in front just in case.
Boris.
Some kind of plant thing attacks, I'll be ready for it.
Boris is going to hang around by Shad.
Okay.
He thinks he's smart enough to figure it out. Vanessa will continue to travel in the rear. She'll lead the cart unless Pykel is doing that. He's probably leading his cart.
Yeah, just be walking with the rain.
Yeah, she'll walk along with you.
Oh, you're Pykel, you're gonna get off your donkey and walk it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
We don't have far to go yet. We should all be up. We should all be on foot and ready for
Okay.
battle. And he even tells Guy, you shouldn't be on your horse now. That's a bad idea. Guy's like, you're right. A corn maze is no place for a horse. But he gets his two-handed. He uses he has his bastard sword in two-handed mode. And cut some corn.
Why don't you go clean the litter boxes?
Okay, let's see what spell here. Once we get close enough, let me know. We shouldn't get too close.
Well, as you all start to come through the forest and it kind of opens up a little bit and you can see directly ahead of you, as if oddly placed, I guess, is this large expanse of a cornfield, stretching about as far as the eye can see both ways, to your left and right. You think that perhaps you could maybe go around it, or can you? It would certainly, there is not a trail that goes around the front edge of the corn maze. It's like the forest stops and the and then there's kind of like an open, like 50 feet by, as far as you can see to your right and left, before the corn maze begins. So it's got like it was placed here, or somebody clear cut this area between the forest and the corn maze. But the trail continues on into the corn maze before shortly thereafter turning to the left, and you don't know from whence or where the rest of the trail would go once inside this ominous cornfield of death.
Vanessa will pull a pair of bones from her pouch that have been carved with notches in them and start to rub them together. I can divine the history of this place and perhaps learn its purpose or who built it. Heavenly.
How close do you have to get?
I'm just standing within it. I'm standing in the opening of the corn maze, right? You said we arrived there.
Yeah, no, get back.
Okay,
Okay.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Okay, just
whoa.
we can. Well, let's reset. So, just so Daryl, it's you got. I'm saying
I
that
didn't know
there's
you jumped up into it there. Wow.
50 foot where the forest stops, and so then you got before you enter the corn maze proper. So.
My bad.
That's all right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So-
Shad would have stopped you, but like, whoa, no.
I don't know if Vanessa would have gone anywhere out into the open or not. So that's for Daryl to say.
Passed everybody up
Okay.
to do it. I thought we had entered. Okay,
No.
instead she's just raising her voice. I can divine the history of this place, perhaps, and learn something about it that could be useful.
Did you do it from here?
No.
So-
I need to get closer, but I'll try to talk to something. I need to get closer. It's going to take me about 10 minutes to do this, but I don't have.
Let me know if I can help in any way.
Shad says step back.
I do that.
Time, guards, Gee, Boris, just watch me. Just make sure nothing comes jumping out to jump on top of me. He's like, sure.
I don't like this place.
I don't either. Just stay close. All right, Cobb, I'm casting Speak with Plants.
Okay.
It has a range of 30 feet. I'm going to try to get within 30 feet before I cast it, so that in case something does reach out and get me, I'm going to be...
Okay. So that would be 10 squares from there to there, and you need to get 6 squares away. So Shadrach moves up to
And I'm
there.
watching very closely
Okay.
for any kind of movement or change in the corn's demeanor.
Make me a perception check, please.
Okay, that's a 27 plus 15.
So,
That was a good one.
what we have is Shadrach kind of out there. He's only 15 feet ahead of Boris right now. Boris and him were in the front. So, Shadrach, the corn maze or the clear-cut ground all seem to be natural looking. You can see insects, and the birds that fly don't seem to necessarily avoid the flying over the corn maze, or there's ambient forest sounds coming from around you. The weather is mostly clear and cool, and the sun is on its way down, probably maybe an hour or two before sunset.
So everything seems pretty calm and normal.
Yes.
I will proceed with casting my spell. Let me see what exactly. A drop of water.
Hey Clark, why don't you mute your fucking sound there while you're banging on shit?
Outside. The cockroach are shopping here.
Gotta get rid of them things.
I use a pinch of a drop of water, a pinch of dung, and I can create a flame with an orison. Speak with plants enables the priest to converse with very rudimentary terms, all sorts of living vegetables, including fungi, molds, plant-like monsters, and to exercise limited control over normal plants, that is, not monsters or plant-like creatures. Thus, the caster can question plants as to whether or not creatures have passed through them, cause thickets to part to enable easy passage, require vines to entangle pursuers, and command similar services. The spell does not enable plants to uproot themselves or move about, but any movements within the plant's normal capabilities are possible. So, that being said, it lasts for, let's see, duration 1 round per level, so I've got 7 rounds to talk to the cornfield. I will, first of all, since corn is an important thing, and that's one of the big things, I will pull out a sharp, also after preparing the other components, I will cut myself across. You've seen me do this before, well, other characters would have. Shad cuts himself across his chest and bleeds, and just rubs his hands on it and says, "Oh, corn, sweet gold of the earth, we who adore you and feast upon you and depend upon you, I call upon you now to answer my simple questions and perhaps provide a safe passage through you. Tell me, speak to me, and I will expend the other components by releasing them into the air. No blood on them at all, but the blood is on me. And I'm on my knees, and you have hands on the ground. You've seen that before, and I'll start to talk to the corn if I am able." Are you there?
Yeah, hold on.
Owen? Okay. I have not commanded it to do anything, but I got seven rounds to talk to it.
Okay. So you cast your spell, and you feel the mana flow through you, and where you slice yourself, you feel the wound start to tingle and get just a little bit warm. And this green, translucent energy flows from you and out into the corn maze. And as your eyes, if anyone could see them, they're flecked with green and gold. And your consciousness starts to touch these plants. And the first thing that you feel is a grumbling.
I'm sorry to disturb you. May we pass through you without incident?
No, you may not. The great and powerful Cobb will devour you. He will pepper you with kernels, and his husk will wrap and crush the very life from you, and your life will be his continued existence.
How many have suffered this fate before us?
Countless. Many have tried to pass through the mysterious and wondrous maze of corn. And though some may have succeeded, most have failed.
And how far are you spread before us? Haha.
As far
Oh.
as the vile groundhogs can run before the sun reaches high in the sky.
We could always go around you, couldn't we?
You may certainly try.
And what if we tried?
You will fail. The great and powerful Cobb has thought of everything. This is his domain.
And how far away is this great Cobb right now?
The great Cobb lives in an ever-changing place in the maze and may show itself at any time it feels necessary to feast.
I am a child of the earth, and you should know me. You should know my blood. You should know that I have not come here to harm you. But I will not let you harm my friends. You can't stop me. I can stop you. I don't wish to harm you. I know what you're doing. It's not right, but it's also part of what must be. So in accepting that, let my friends and I pass through peacefully. I ask you, I beg you.
You most assuredly may pass without incident. Please bring you and all who travel with you into the wondrous safety of the magnificent Cobb Corn Maze.
I have one more question before we come to you. Is your strength as great at night as it is under the sun?
Though our strength may wane, the great and powerful Cobb does not require the sun to convert you into his sap.
I've heard enough. Thank you. We shall speak again soon, I'm sure. And I will break contact, like forcefully just shake my head and break it.
Sorry,
Turn
thank
to the
goodness.
group and say, I'll walk back to the group, shaking my head. Come on, Boris. Come on, Gee. Come on. Come on. Don't get around the corn maze. And I'll
Okay.
come back and say, if we go in there, we're going to die. If there's an evil force in there that's harmed a lot of people, I am a child of the forest and of the plants, and I understand the value of corn, but I've evaluated in my mind that this cornfield is evil, is a blight upon the land. I don't ask any of you to go in there, but I think I have a responsibility to deal with this. So,
Well, you could die too.
well, I know, but, well...
On second thought, let's turn around and go home.
Oh. Chad seems to be kind of flustered. He's like, I have to harm all these plants. It's the last thing I want to do.
So
He's looking at it, the beautiful corn. Look, it's beautiful.
Vanessa steps up and says, did they say that it was an evil Cobb?
Yes.
I don't think Finesse. I think only Shadrach could have that conversation.
Except that the guy in the bandit group was like, Yeah, look out for the rotten cob.
Oh, okay, yeah, if that's what you're referring to, sure.
Yeah, and as Shannon's explaining, yes, there's this being, this cob, this thing that controls all of the corn, that shifts and moves around. It doesn't just exist in one place.
In my studies of the cosmos and the great cosmic mycelium, I found a substantial force that guides the mana from the blend through my spells. And I've referred to this as the cosmic omnipotent benevolence, or cob. And perhaps this is related. I might be able to somehow learn what this is about. If this is actually the same cob involved, then perhaps I can help.
If you go inside that maze, Vanessa, you'll get lost. I think it will separate all of us.
I believe you.
That's what it wants to do. I can, right now, destroy a lot of this corn if I choose to. There's a spell that I have that's made for reaping corn. I could reap most of this field if I have to. I don't want to do that, but I may have to do that.
Well,
I could cast a spell they call Roundup.
would that gather all the beings that live here?
That was a joke, but
Yeah, I get it. But she doesn't. Let me pray on this, and I will see what answers I might come up with. And you do whatever you need to do.
I'm also able to hold the plants from moving against you. Perhaps, like I said, I have a lot of things I could do here.
Grumby said that it would grind us to bits like the grist in the mill.
It's a terrible evil force that eats people, I'm sure of it. It eats probably both their bodies and their souls.
That doesn't sound good at all.
That does not sound good.
No.
Kind of like, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go weeding.
Pykel, does your dwarven god work in these matters at all?
we don't have corn in the mines.
Well, Cobb is gone, but there's a spell I want him to interpret for me because I have mixed feelings about it. It's called Plant Door.
Right.
And I can create a passage through the
Yes, I'm familiar
I'm
with
hoping that we can all, and I'm hoping that we can use that to get through the plants.
That's a great
The
idea.
other spell I have is Hold Plant, where I can hold plants in an area, I'm sure. The other one is called Swirling Sides, which is made for cutting down corn. It's a horrible, nasty, it's basically a wall of swords.
Yeah.
So, but I think Plant Door is the trick here.
Actually, plant doors are quite a. Can multiple people go through a plant door though?
Yes,
I think so.
I'm pretty sure. That's why I want the big man's interpretation because it's kind of a weirdly described spell.
It creates a passage. It's like a certain amount of feet or something, isn't it? Or a certain amount of cubic feet.
It is like a pass. Let's see. No, that's past plant. That's not what I want. Plant door. Come on, P. P. Sorry.
If you
I'm excited about this because it's a plant-based thing. I can do lots of plant things.
Yeah, there's not a lot of plant-based spells on my board.
I've got some.
You've got the earth-based spells, which is just as important. Plant Door opens a magical portal or passageway through trees, undergrowth, thickets, and or similar growth.
Yeah, I had stuff in
their magical nature. Aha. The Plant Door is open to one who casts the spell, casters of higher level or dryads. Others must be shown the location of the door, so that's easy enough to do.
Yeah, you can spill.
I can enter a solid tree trunk and remain hidden there until the spell ends. Enables the passage or hiding of any man-sized or smaller. That's hiding. Okay. If the tree, that's talking about the tree. See, that's what it doesn't. It just immediately talks all about this tree. I want the plant. I want to know how far I can cast this plant tunnel. Basically, the path created by the spell is up to 4 feet wide, 8 feet high, and 12 feet long per level of experience. Okay. Well, I can make a pretty long tunnel through the corn. Or I can go right into the middle of the corn and then cast swirling scythes and really tear the shit out of this corn. But let's see, that's 12 times 7. Give me some math here, folks. I can make a big ass tunnel through this corn. Let's see.
12 feet long per level.
84 feet long.
Yeah. Do I have plant door?
84 feet long. Let's see. 28 feet wide and 56 feet high.
No.
That is a huge door.
No. It's 4 feet wide, 8 foot tall, and it's only multiplying the length.
Boo.
Yeah, not the height and the width.
Right.
I don't think. Yeah.
All right, what if I'm in a redwood forest with a bunch of elephants? Come on.
It's just the way I'm reading it. I'm not the DM.
That's what I'm saying. I want it interpreted because I think it's kind of vague.
I don't think it's vague.
Well, Cobb, is plant door pretty straightforward to you? I can make a 84 foot long, 8 foot tall, 4 foot wide tunnel through the corn.
Well, you certainly think so.
It says it can go through magical stuff. So, aha. And I have a piece of charcoal and my holy symbol is what I will need to. I'm not doing it yet, but I'm saying if we need to plow, no pun intended, if we need to plow straight into this cornfield, we can plow pretty.
Do you think you should? Well, no. I guess destruction should be secondary.
Well, it's evil, and if we leave it, if anything, the evil cob must be dealt with. We might be able to leave the corn, but the corn itself said that it doesn't have the same. It's weaker at nighttime, the corn, but not the cob. That's what it told me. And it's bad. It will destroy us if we go in there. There's no compromise or debate.
Well, let's just go around.
Well, I think it can expand to block us. It said if we went around it would kill us. Well, we can try. I'm not against that, but I'm just saying these are the options that I'm presenting.
I say we go check this son of a bitch.
I think it's all right. Damn it. I don't think Vanessa's wrong in at least seeing how far it goes, but I could fly above it. But like then it will cover itself again, and it didn't notice the other birds. All right, Vanessa, I'm going to talk to some birds. You do some praying. We'll get this figured out.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm basically because when I say I'm praying, it's because Daryl is studying and trying to decipher which spell might work for this situation. Just so you understand my semantics.
Shad will talk to the birds and basically see how big is this corn maze. I'm sure they can tell me to some degree that I can understand.
That's a crow fly.
There currently aren't any birds that are willing to fly close enough to you people.
I'll call to one.
Okay.
First level. call animal. And I'll basically just do a crow call.
All right.
Animal friendship. Please. So call animal or bird. Yeah. Also, I'll call the nearest bird I see.
Okay.
And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I'll offer it a good berry. I just need your help. I need your help to know how big this corn maze is, because my friends and I want to go around it. We don't want to go through it. Too much trouble. And I'll ask the bird if it knows.
Okay. As you're casting the spell, a crow shows up, and then another one, and then another. And after a full minute of casting, there are 37 crows all on the ground and by you.
I'll talk to them because I speak crow.
There are
Brothers
also
and sisters.
several field mice, small snakes, other tiny creatures.
Do I get a bad vibe from this?
No.
Okay.
But the birds are the birds are the ones that seem to be intent on watching you.
Well, I like crows. That's why I like to change into one and speak the language. I will say to the crows, brothers and sisters, I need your help. I need to know how far the corn goes so that my friends and I can go around it. We have great urgent business, but we can't take the time to go through the corn. And we need to know how big and how far it goes. Can you help me, please?
Does the spell allow you to speak with animals?
I speak crow.
You can speak crow, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, you hear several of them. But say that again, Jason. What did you say? What did you ask them?
How far? How big is the corn maze?
I see. You hear several of them say.
It takes a while. How long?
Days?
No, not days. Until it's over.
Until it's over. How many times? Not days. Where's the closest edge?
The one you're looking at.
That dude.
Where is the closest corner?
No corner.
Do you think the corn is a bad place?
Corn is not bad place. Only if attempting to eat corn, then corn bad. Then corn eat us. Eat everything.
Do you know where the
Big corn cob eat everything.
Could you tell me where the big corn cob is now?
Can't see it. Nope. Corn provide
I thank you.
shelter for big corn cob.
Do you think? Oh, I can't. I thank you, brothers and sisters. I know that you've helped me as much as you could. And I will go back to the group and say, we have two choices. We can go into the corn or try to find a way around it. That's our choices right now. We can't go over it. And I can't, you can't. I can fly over it, but I don't even think that's a good idea. So,
I can attempt to give us all protection from evil as we enter and travel through, which would shield us from attacks from evil or evil creatures.
You just
But
gave me a big
I
inspiration.
gotta see how many of us. I could protect up to 6 of us, but I don't know that it would be effective for the entire journey.
That's what I'm saying. I could get us a plant door through, and then we could try to go under your protection. Dang it, I can't. I don't have protection from plants. I thought I had protection from plants. That must be a high-level spell. Speaking of plants is 4th level, so protection from plants is probably 5th level. I would bet. Well, like I said, that's our choices. We can go straight through or try to find our way around. It'd probably be safer to try to find our way around, but we're going to waste time. And the crows don't seem to think that there's
kill that thing if we have to.
He says, "Damn it, I didn't come here to harvest corn." But he gets his sword ready. So
We're going to get lost.
That's what Shad says. Yes, I agree. We're going to get separated, and then we're going to be in trouble.
6th level.
We have to stay together.
Michael pulls a rope out of off his cart. Says, "Let's form a line."
Shad says, "So we're going in."
I think we should do the door to get further through.
Well, we can use that in case of
All right.
hasty escape if we don't.
True.
And I can cast it. It's casting time 7, so it's not like it takes a long time to cast it.
It's not fast.
Well, it's not 1 turn. It took me 1 turn to talk to him, so this takes me 7 seconds to cast it.
It feels like longer in the heat of battle.
Yeah, it took me 10 minutes to talk to him, but it takes me 7 seconds to cast Plant Door. So yeah, I can cast that in the middle of a battle, sure. If I just decide to go live in an oak tree, you're all screwed.
We'll cut it down.
You have to find out which one. You won't know, because only I can show you the entrance. Ha ha.
Ha
Plant door.
ha!
If I really need to escape, a plant door is the thing. I can just hop into a tree and you can't.
Everyone gather around and allow me to place protection on us before we go into this evil place.
Alright.
Shad accepts your protection.
And there's 2,
He happily accepts it.
3, 4, 5, 6 individuals. So I will cast it.
Not counting the mules.
There.
Correct.
I assume the horse is. I'll dismiss the horse. I'm not going to ride the horse. I'm going on foot with the sword in 2 hands.
You dismissed the mount, huh?
Yep.
Well, that's all right, because I should have dismissed it yesterday. Oh,
That ain't right.
It's not going to last forever, but it should last a little while. And I'll have to cast it on each of you. So I use my...
Oh, I want to do that.
You can cast protection from evil?
No, I wouldn't waste all the spell slots for protection from evil, you know.
Well, then at least accept the blessing of the blend, and I cast bless on the group.
I was gonna say, can't you cast it in a 10-foot radius?
No, protection from evil is touch. I would have to cast
I
it.
thought they had one in a 10-foot radius.
So, Vanessa, tell me what Bless does and what are the components and how does it look when this sister of the blend blesses things?
I raise my hands and I say, Holy Divine Cobb, protect us from the evil Cobb that faces our path. Allow my friends and I your blessing and guard us from injury and guard us from mental fatigue. Guard us against all enemies that would attempt to block our path. She holds her holy symbol high and waves her hand out over the group. In the name of the blend, I pray. Amen.
All right, and just sort of everyone in this 50-foot cube centered or around the point chosen by Vanessa. She asked everyone to kind of gather around, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can fill up a 50-foot cube.
No.
If everyone's kind of together there, then yeah, that's easily. You can, and it even encompasses the mules.
Heck yeah.
There's like a low thump that everyone feels in their chest, just as if someone had put their fist against your chest and pressed forward in a sudden motion. And the power of the blend has come upon all of you. And cut it out. So what that means is that anyone that is affected by the bless, you get a +1 to saving throws against fear effects, and it raises your attack rolls by 1 for a duration of 6 rounds. So that has just been cast.
All right, everybody, grab the rope. I guess
So,
Pikel's leading the charge.
Yeah, I'm in charge.
I'm saving the plant door for the emergency.
Pikel's in front, huh?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Who's following Pikel then?
Yeah. Shad's like, wait a minute. Why are you going in front?
Well, you go in front then.
I'm just asking. Why would you?
I don't know, I'm armored and...
He's like,
Gary
yeah,
in
he's
the room.
armored. Shut up. Yeah. Well, come on, green man. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, get up
Yeah,
there
just
then,
across the
why,
yard.
baby?
No. Shad says, go.
Alright.
All right,
I
so
got my blessing.
who's following Pikel?
Key.
Guy, all right. And then who follows
Boris.
Guy? Then Boris.
I can swing over his head.
That leaves Paco, Vanessa, and Shadrach.
I'll bring up the
Vanessa,
rear.
Vanessa grabs your hand. Stay close.
I'll bring up the rear, Vanessa. That's the best place for me to be right now.
And is someone walking with the horses, or the mules? Are they being left behind, or how's that working?
Not going to leave them behind. I thought you said they automatically know when people are going. And
We probably tied into the rope to them and their
There you
needs and...
Key will say, Paco, tend to those donkeys.
He does that.
All right.
All right, so the donkeys and Paco are in the back.
Shad's behind them.
Shad is behind them.
Shad is bringing up the very rear of the group.
Okay.
and Vanessa is with Shad.
All right.
Piper would have his
She's
crossbow for this venture.
As you
Anything else before you enter the maze? Hearing
Not for
nothing?
me.
Okay. So as you cross the open 50-foot area, the dirt trail becomes more like more dirt and less just traveled on. Until as you enter the corn maze, the dirt is actually packed earth, as if this way has been trod upon by many, many people, and nothing has had the chance to regrow there. And you realize that you're going to have to go single file as well. You can go 2 by 2, but if a fight happens, you will be considered in close quarters, and there could be negatives to your attacking abilities and etc. That's just because of spacing. So
Here's a question.
yes,
Pass without trace actually on my list?
you have to look at your character sheet. I don't know.
It's on. No, it's on there, but sometimes stuff's on there, but not not in my.
I'll be right back.
Are you wanting to know what the spell does?
What can I cast? If I can cast it, I'll cast that spell.
Well, if it's on your list, then
All right.
you know what the spell does.
There's not too many description anymore. I know what it does though.
When the spell is cast, the recipient can move through any type of terrain, mud, snow, dust, and so on, and leave neither footprint nor scent. The area that is passed over radiates magic for 1d6 turns after the affected creature passes. Thus, tracking a person or other creature covered by this spell is impossible by normal means. Of course, intelligent tracking techniques, such as using a spiral search pattern, can result in the trackers picking up the trail at a point where the spell is worn off. The material component is a sprig of pine or evergreen, which is burned and the ashes powdered and scattered when the spell is cast.
And so it doesn't affect your traceability or visibility. Like, all right, never mind.
What were you trying to cast? I'm sorry, I missed it.
I was seeing if pass without trace would help keep us from being detected at all.
I see what you're saying, yeah. I'm seeing if there's another spell. Dang it.
All right, are you ready to enter, or are you still...
Pass without trace, I can only cast it on one creature.
We're walking, I thought.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
it
already
keeps people
walked.
from tracking us, not from being seen.
I thought I had the spell Find the Path, but I did not.
Yeah, I was looking for something like that. I don't have it either.
I have Find Portal. I don't know if that will help.
I can use find direction and know which way north is.
Well, and we're trying to go south, so that might help. I might just use Find Portal. I'll have to look that one up now. All right. I was going to say, I figured we were in single file in the corn maze, but okay. Find Portal.
All right, so are we proceeding then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you proceed to enter the corn maze, and as you enter, the first thing you notice is the ambient noise that was outside of the corn maze is now gone. The noises that you hear are coming from your group and your group alone. Footfalls, hooves on the dirt, a cartwheel, the occasional thumping of pouches or backpacks or breathing heavy. And the corn maze, the corn seems to grow taller as you continue deeper into the corn maze.
Does it blot out the sun?
It's more like it's formed a translucent cornstalk canopy where there's light, but it's not clear in the ceiling. You look up and
Like it's kind of like shimmering or something, yeah. Glassy looking, maybe. All right, well, I just opened a fortune cookie, and here's going to be our fortune. You are destined for greatness.
Hey, how
So
about
there.
all right.
So there.
So
Just
somebody has their hand up.
As we begin to move into the corn maze, Vanessa will pull her holy symbol and hold it out in front of her as she begins to pray to the blend to lend her sight to detect traps that may be set in our path. And she casts Find Traps.
yay.
All right.
And she says, move slowly, everyone, and she'll just scan back and forth. It's a 90-foot path, 10 foot wide, and I'm just kind of glancing side to side out in front of the group. I know I'm at the rear of the group, but I'm looking, it's 90 feet. I'm looking out past the leaders of
We
the
can
group.
see over people, that's for sure.
Yes. And I'm scanning back and forth on this beaten trail to try and determine if anything is going to spring out or open up or in any way do us harm with negative effects. And if that's the intent of the device, is to hurt or maim or kill someone, I will be aware of it.
Very good.
And that's 3 turns. So for a little while, I'm watching. As long as the spell lasts, I'm watching.
All right. All right. So the first 5 minutes of travel, you have moved left in this corn maze tunnel, and then you've taken a right, and then another left, and then you come to a T. You can go left or right, and Pikel is leading way. Which way do you go?
Do you have direction sense, Michael? Do you know which way is north?
I can cast a spell and let me know what.
I thought perhaps speaking of the
Oh,
dwarven
yeah,
influence.
I guess I do have an 8 sense of direction.
Do you?
So that might
Yeah.
help you in
Or-
determining whether you want to go left or right.
I can do it underground in the dark. I'm sure doing it above ground is probably a little easier.
I like that. Dwarves do it in the dark.
Boom.
Do it in darkness. To keep yourself from going blind.
All right, so racial abilities. You have infravision. You have a +1 bonus to your attack rolls against orcs, half orcs, and other things, and they suffer a -4 penalty to their attack rolls against you. You have mining detection abilities. You can determine the approximate depth underground. You can detect any sliding or shifting walls. You can detect any grade or slopes. You can detect stonework traps, pins, and deadfalls, and you can detect new construction. That is your racial abilities.
Well, I could detect shifting. That helps.
All right, so
Shifting corn.
I need Clark, since you're leading the way, roll a d6.
4.
A 4. Okay. So do you go left or right?
I guess right. Right's always right.
Okay.
Oh Lord. He just shakes his head.
So you turn and you make a right, and you guys are moving at what pace? Are you moving at a regular walk? Are you being extra cautious, or are you running and throwing caution to the wind? That's up for
You set the
Michael.
pace. Michael.
You'd be moving at dwarf space.
All right.
It should be a walk to everybody
So-
else.
So the dwarf is walking, and you guys are having to go a little slower than you normally would. But remember, this is like following a child
That's fine.
somewhere,
Yeah,
because
that's fine.
it's just the way physics work. So another 5 minutes passes, and you have gone left and right and left again and 2 rights and another 5 minutes. Michael, roll a d6.
1 second. Michael's got to roll 1.
Oh, goody! Yeah! Okay. I need, well, let's let Daryl roll me a d10, please.
Okay. I'm gonna get a different one because I didn't like the roll on that last one. Where is it? There it is. 10.
All right.
No, 0.
That's a 10.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay. A sound starts to surround you all, coming from the sides directly next to you on your left and your right. And as you turn and look to see what's making the sounds, you see in the corn maze all kinds of corn cobs and piercing red eyes show up on these corn cobs, and you are not surprised by this, and the corn cobs start to shake as if something is about to happen, which you can only guess. So
It's like Super Tusk.
it is time for all of you to give me an action. And we'll just start with the top left, Shadrach.
Shadrach is casting. I'm shape changing.
Okay. And then, well, let's start at the front of the line here. So hold on, Shadrach. You're the last one. So
Sure.
Michael,
Sure.
action.
Casting.
Casting a spell. Okay. Guy.
He is defending, and if anything attacks him, he'll fight back.
Okay. So you're readying an action.
But
The trigger.
I'm ready.
The trigger is if
Is
something
being
attacks
attacked.
you, and your action is attack.
Yes.
Okay? Boris.
Holding my action, which is attack if something attacks me.
Vanessa.
She is just going to stand there and look pretty.
And Shadrach.
I turned into a mole.
Okay, so roll initiative. Roll initiative. Michael, that's a D10. Beat a 4. What'd you get?
A 0, 2. 2. Number 2.
2. Okay. So, nobody goes on very fast except for Vanessa, who isn't doing anything, and that happens immediately. And then we go to fast. You guys want initiative, so I think the shape change takes a full round, if I remember correctly, but you can look that up for me if you want, Druid.
I don't have that information except it just I can do it at 7th level. It doesn't tell me anything else on my sheet.
Well, then I
I
will
don't
pull
have
out
any other
the
information.
I will pull out the player's handbook. You don't have a player's handbook handy? Do I have to send you one?
I did, and I got it cleaned off my thing, and by the time I was going to get another download, they had closed the thing down.
Well, if you would like it in PDF, I can send that to you real easy.
I'll
Or,
take that. That's fine. But don't worry about that right now. But let's see.
okay.
Yeah, shape change at 7th level.
Or I could send you one, a used one through eBay and for a birthday present, because that's the kind of
Well,
guy.
when did I move?
That's the kind of guy I
When did I
am. Oh yeah, you're gonna move, huh? Where is Druid? Son of a...
PDF would be better. I do not leave any evidence of passage through natural settings.
There it
Aha.
is, Druid. Okay. Shape change into blah blah blah. Each animal. Druid can only assume the form of a normal, but by doing change into a. So it doesn't say. So it happens on your base initiative, which would be fast.
Sure.
And it doesn't.
So if Vanessa would just see me suddenly just not be there, unless
She looks down at the ground. What?
And there's a mole.
Yeah, she's like, why?
Okay. Pykel, what is the time of your spell? What is the
I
casting
lost it,
time?
it's not fine. I lost it. It's Dust Devil. Or Whirlwind, or whatever you call it, so.
Whirlwind's a pretty powerful spell. And I don't know what level you are, but Whirlwind's pretty. I can't cast that one yet, I don't think.
3rd level, maybe I have it. Let's see.
It sounds like a good one.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dust Level's a lower level spell.
It's a level 2 spell, and it has a casting time of 2 rounds.
2 rounds? That's fucking pointless, man. You got 2 rounds to cast a spell.
The spell enables a priest to conjure up a weak air elemental, a dust devil.
Yeah, so it's a summoning spell. That's
The
why.
dust devil
Yeah.
appears as a small whirlwind, 1 foot in diameter at its base, 5 feet tall and 3 to 4 feet across. It moves as directed by the priest, but dissipates if it's ever separated from the caster by more than 30 yards, etc., etc. All right, so are you casting that or not?
Yeah, let's see how it works out.
Okay.
Never know till you try, man. It might be a powerful ally.
Okay. So you're in the middle of casting your spell. That leaves the 2 warriors, and they are waiting. Okay. So, it is now the malevolent corn's turn. The corn cobs, the red eyes start to spread, and as if on fire, all of the corn cobs catch. And then they all explode, but not at the same time. Pop, 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 pop. I need all of you to save versus, this would be paralyzation, and it's a Shadrach has his hand up.
Would I get any bonus for being a tiny thing?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Roll a saving throw
But we
versus.
Well, we get the blessing, though, right?
You do, but this is not a fear.
Okay.
So we'll start with Vanessa. Saving throw versus paralyzation. You got to meet it or beat it. That's the way this works.
Yeah, I know I've got some immunity because of the priesthood, and I was trying to see if that was one of them, but I'm not finding it. Okay, so I rolled a 10, and my save is 9. Hey!
Okay, that's a save. Successful. How about Shadrach? Go ahead and roll now.
I made an 11 with Shad. So I made it by 2.
Okay, and then let's go to
And-
Boris Crump.
13, beat it by 2.
Okay, and then let's go to Guy.
He rolled a 19, so he made it by
All right.
9.
Let's go to Pikel.
17. Mine's a 9.
Okay.
So I couple.
Roll for Paco.
Oh, I well, there.
Paco!
12.
No,
Beat it by-
that's Jason's got to roll for Paco.
4.
It sounds too much like Michael.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh, yeah, my original was
Paco
17.
rolled an 11. I don't know if that's good enough, but 9 was good enough for
All
Shad.
right,
10 was good
no,
enough for
unfortunately it's
Guy,
not.
so-
And then Pikel, you need to roll for donkey number 1
2.
and donkey number 2.
19.
All right.
Oh,
He's a quick ass.
So
tough donkey.
you all suffer if you made your saving throw. You take half damage.
Oh, okay.
So
I can get a +2 bonus versus fire, by the way. Shad does.
Okay, well this is versus popcorn.
Oh.
If you failed your save, you take 5 points of damage. If you made your save, you take 2 points of damage.
Oh.
And
Oh no.
the donkey needs to make a morale check, the one that failed its save.
Well, how many points does a donkey have?
And Pikel, you would roll a morale for the donkey. I'll let you roll it. You want to roll high if you can.
3.
Oh no, that donkey. That donkey's fucking scared. And it's trying to get the fuck out and run away. And the donkey and okay, so at the end of the round, the donkey is going to take its move, and Paco is holding it. So Paco and the donkey are going to make contested strength checks. Daryl has
Well, it
his
all
hand
depends
up.
on how many hit points does a donkey have?
Vanessa is attempting to intervene and not let it get away.
Well,
Yeah, how many hit points does Paco have?
Paco has 8. And the donkeys, I'll look up, well, no, I can't, can I?
Because if it's
You'll look up your ass.
That's the wrong book. I'm going to guess a donkey has like 2 to 7. Let's see if I'm right.
I'll give you 2 to 5.
I'm not even sure what that would be called. Would it be
I'll say 2 to 5.
not animal?
7 hit die donkey would be a massive donkey. It's the donkey from hell.
Oh, there we go. 194. It's under horse. Look at that. These guys thought of everything.
Of course.
Okay, let's see. Mule. Hit dice. 3 hit dice. Damn. Alright, so the mule's got seven hit points.
How many did we take?
The one that lost it and then failed morale took 4. Or no, 5, that's right.
Right. Just making sure if it was that bad, I didn't know how low it was. They might be dragging a dead donkey.
Okay, so Paco and the donkey will have. So I need Clark to roll a d20. And Jason, you'd roll for Paco. Roll a strength check.
Can Vanessa assist Paco? She's trying to not let the donkey get away.
She can.
18, where are you heavy rolling?
You rolled an 18
I
on
rolled
the
a natural
d20.
20.
Well, Paco got 11
Okay.
again.
Okay, so 18 plus. Okay, so what did Paco get?
11.
And what did Vanessa get?
20.
Oh, she explodes.
7.
And what's
Put that
Vanessa's
hand right
strength?
from the donkey's face.
What's Vanessa's strength?
It is 14.
Okay. So, with those combination of rolls, here's what happens. The mule. Pa 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 pa! Pa 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 pa! It starts kicking and bolts the way to get away from the popcorn. As Paco is holding the reins, the donkey turns and starts to pull Paco with it. As the donkey reaches the edge of the back cart, Vanessa reaches out and like grabs on,
Easy now.
grabs
Easy.
onto the reins and just like somehow catches it perfectly and like pulls its head down and it just kind of stops there. Bam! And it seems to be
Thank you, Miss.
stopped. Just like that. This
Thank you, mistress.
this sister of
I'm
the
burning.
blend shows superhuman strength at a moment that was unexpected. And then the popcorn adventure is over, and the mules start to eat the stuff off the ground.
Alright.
What do you guys do?
I will
I
cast.
find it, but I guess it's called find direction.
Hold on. What did you say, Clark?
I have a spell, it's find direction, something direction, or direction sense.
Well, it would say it on your character sheet what the name of the spell is.
That's originally why I bought the paper for.
Okay, while you're looking that up, Daryl.
Vanessa will immediately after stopping the donkey realize that it's injured and begin to pray and cast cure light wounds.
Paco,
Regime.
I'm hurt. My lady.
All right.
Paco's hurt.
The donkey. Paco got 5 points of damage. Paco
Okay.
blocked it.
Well, right now she's got the animal in her hands.
All right. Roll a d8 for healing points, Vanessa.
Poor Paco.
3.
All right. So the donkey is now only missing 2. As you can see, these welts of like tiny burns, as if this mule was hit by hot exploding corn, and it sizzled the flesh in various spots in a shower of heated damage, and they lessened, and now there's just like a few on its neck that are still there that are kind of got like a almost a burning smell that still lingers. But you healed up all the stuff on its like underside and on its legs.
I move immediately to Paco.
All right.
Oh, thank you. Is the donkey all right?
He is now. I didn't realize you'd been hammered. I've got burned too. And she will cast Cure Light Wounds.
And roll a d8 for Paco's hit point recovery.
7.
Oh, well, I'm back to full.
And you see the same
See,
type
it
of...
wasn't so bad, was it? You're a brave man.
Paco had this one gut in his eye, and he was like blinking and stuff and holding his hand over it. And after you cast the spell, Paco, you like remove your hand, and your eye feels better, and you're like, oh!
That and the burning part of my hair.
All right, and then, Paco, did you find the name of the spell?
No, I saw it. It said how I was going to help find the island. I said, oh, that'd be good since we don't know where we're going. And I thought, that's why I bought the paper.
Well, let me look.
What paper did you buy?
Maybe
Oh,
I
you
can-
wrote something down.
Yeah, it was conforming to the spell.
Oh,
Make sure I bought it.
And what did you think it was called?
Either find direction or direction sense or
I think there's a spell called Find the Path, too.
nah. There can't be one like that. I don't know.
Can't-
I'm just playing.
Hey, man.
Couldn't be that.
Find the Path, 6th level. 6th level divination. Three rounds to cast.
Let's try to make this easy. Let's do divination. Let's see.
You said the 6th level.
You know what level you would have to be able to cast 6th level druidic spells? You'd have to be pretty high.
No, I'm saying, for me, no, I don't have that. No, I can't even cast 5th level spells. But he was asking what the spell was named. I think that's like, because there is like a spell, Find the Path.
I think Master Kelf can cast that one.
Maybe Log. Bart could probably cast it. He'd have something like that.
Yeah.
He'd just teleport us to the other side of the maze.
Okay, so
I don't know if it's that easy.
I don't see anything by that name, so you must be thinking of something else.
I read it. There's on my sheet, and that's why I saved it. I'll find it after we quit playing.
Well, let me know if you do, because I don't know what it's called. All right, so you have just passed, and that was on a 1. Okay.
Did Michael finish his summoning spell?
He made his save, so now he's continuing in this round, the second round of the casting.
Boris will move to protect him.
Okay.
That's what Guy was doing.
Okay, that's fine.
Because remember, Guy's right behind him. So, yeah, Guy was... He knows to cover the spellcasters.
You also all realize that in that moment when the popcorn was exploding around you and you were trying to move to cover yourselves, that being, unless I'm misunderstanding, roped together was not helpful.
Learning we roped ourselves together. I just say we had the rope or leading ourselves. We hold on to the rope, preschool.
I
Okay,
thought we were
so
tied together. That's why Shad turned into a mole. I was going underground.
Is anyone else injured?
Shad will return to human form. Say, oh well, I thought that was going to be more to that.
okay, so
That was scary.
when Shad returns to human form, he needs to roll a d6.
No. Or yes. I rolled a 2.
Okay, how many hit points are you missing?
2.
So you get one back.
Ah.
As you transform, a part of you heals back, and the little red dot that was on the whatever you were, the shrew or the vole or whatever the fuck you said, goes away.
Mole.
Yeah, the mole. That's what I said. The
He's a mole man.
it goes away and it gets magically healed by your druidic shapeshifting. How about that, huh?
Oh.
Nice.
That is a cool bonus to the spell.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. That's often talked about.
So we have guarding, and Vanessa was doing the
See
spell
if anybody needed
casting,
healing.
and then this second round of the spell goes off, and Pike will cast the spell of something, whatever the fuck he was
Dust
casting.
devil.
Dust Devil. All right. And suddenly, within 30 feet of wherever you decide to put it, or within 30 feet of you, a dust devil that I described appears and starts whirling around. And I'm guessing you probably want it somewhere in front of you, because...
Yeah, leading the charge.
Okay. Well,
Clearing the popcorn out of the way, man.
it's, yeah, it's like a guy that kind of catches up a little bit of the popcorn in it, and it's floating around like Dorothy in Kansas.
That is very impressive.
And what the fuck? As luck would have it, I've got this little jib jab right here.
Yeah, right there.
They coughing up something to put on the table
I'm
there.
coughing up a dust devil.
Sounds like a hairball. Yeah. A hairball.
Nice. All right. And so you continue, or do you do anything before you continue? Anybody?
My fine trap spell, I guess, is worn off by now.
Okay. And the bless is worn off a while back.
Yeah.
All right. And hearing nothing, then you all continue to proceed through the evil corn maze. Yeah. And that is a good place
Yeah.
to stop for tonight.
That was scary.
It's supposed to be
We're not
scary.
even all the way in yet.
That's
I'm
what
waiting
she
for the
said.
giant cob of corn.
That's what she said, all of it.
I like 2 rounds.
How long is 2 rounds? Well, a round is a minute.
Alright, so the last 2 minutes, I keep that up.
Okay, so we'll just say for the record that you guys start moving again, and then 2 minutes comes and goes, and nothing, because I'm doing everything every 5 minutes. So the dust devil goes and just dissipates.
Oh.
I'll
Yeah,
find that spell by morning. Or by next week.
but that's okay. I'll keep this dust devil
Write down the
handy.
page number when you put a bookmark on it.
Because I specifically,
Now I can cast
I
find
specifically pointed, I saw it and I read it when we were in the temple. I said, well, that'll be handy going out to sea because at least we can always know which way, we're going.
Is it no
Right.
That's why I bought
No
2
direction is a
papers.
spell. No direction is a spell.
The spells components are a piece of parchment.
Oh, not him.
Yeah,
it
and
time?
you specifically, I remember you buying it, because I almost screamed.
Hold on.
Why are you buying parchment?
No, because Cobb said, how you want to go about buying paper? I was like, dude.
With some money?
All right.
All right.
With some money.
Good seeing you guys. Take it easy.
All right. We'll see
Have a
you
good
next
night, y'all.
week. Cling.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
I hope so. All right, Internet. We're done for the evening. Thank you for watching. We will see you next week. I hope.